Good day. Welcome to the Talk It Out podcast. My name is Neal Bailey-Harper, and today I am off the cuff with Had a Good Time. Thanks. The music I'm listening to. Hey, listen, in the 80s, there was this surge of really good musicians that were mixing jazz and rock and pop and all of these things together. This is Gino Vannelli. One of my favorite albums of all time, 1978 release, Brother to Brother. Gino Vannelli, Joe Vannelli, Ross Vannelli. They did all the writing. Ross played drums, Joe played guitar, I think. Great music. This is Brother to Brother, the title track. I did not know there was such a thing as National Siblings Day. And I need a list of every freaking day we have. I mean, I heard about National Donuts Day, Secretary's Day, all that kind of shit. But apparently, the week that just passed, I believe Tuesday or Monday, was National Siblings Day. Knew nothing about it. But it fits because I am one of 12 siblings. Now, we are also kind of as discreet in our nature. And when we get around each other, sometimes maybe it's because we're discreet. Maybe it's because we sometimes just forget names. I go by numbers. I'm number 8 out of 12. There are 3 boys and 9 girls. Yes, I have 9 sisters. And growing up, everybody has their own experiences. But there is a connection with your siblings that you have with no one else. Good, bad, or indifferent. That's real. That's DNA. And in my family, number 1 is my oldest brother. He's the oldest sibling. Then there are 6 girls. I'm number 8, girl. My other brother, number 10, 2 girls, 11 and 12. And my brothers and I, we love sports. We grew up in Philadelphia. And at that time, the biggest sport, here's the thing that was kind of funny too. In the 60s, the 3 biggest sports were probably baseball, boxing, and horse racing. Really. Those were the 3 biggest national sports. Baseball, boxing, and horse racing. That's totally flipped now. But we grew up loving baseball. And you find that with your family, everybody has a role to play in your family. You know what your role is. We all have a role we play in our families. And when we play our role, we understand the soul of our family and how we fit in that part. The other thing, too, is that you can absorb your family or your family can absorb you. But if you absorb your family, you see more of it, and it's just better. So I am the 8th born, and I will label myself as one of the few black sheeps of my family. Now, here's the other thing, too. If you've ever been called a black sheep, you know what that throws around. To me, it means that you try things that others don't. Good, bad, or indifferent. It means that you go places that others don't. But you go there, what people don't understand about being a black sheep is we go there with the protections of our family. Mentally. We know what we're doing. We just like to try things. And we go in different directions. That's my role. As I've gotten older, I'm able to make that role function to where it benefits me and everybody around me. See, if the black sheep says, let's come together, you come together because he's the black sheep. You give it a chance. But if it works, then you get another chance. We didn't find out. We already knew that my brothers and I, as much as we love baseball, we'd never been to a baseball game together. Now, you understand, my oldest brother's 13 years older than me. So while number 1, number 8, and number 10 shared the same room, for the first 11 years of my life, he was pretty much gone after that. And number 8, number 10 shared the room around in a house full of women, including my mother and grandmother. And to me, it also adds credence to why number 10 and I are in the arts and entertainment, because our imagination was very important to us at that time. And we've been able, praise God, to take that imagination and make a living off of it. Well, so we had never been to a baseball game, and I decided to call my brothers and say, let's go to a baseball game. Now, years ago, we would have had that conversation, and we might have gotten to the game the next year. This year, we had that conversation, and we got to the game 10 days later. And the cool part about it, love is a little uncomfortable sometimes. Let me say that again. Love can be a little uncomfortable sometimes, but if it's love, it's fine. So we all live in different cities. So we might spend averagely 9 to 10 hours a year together in the same place. And when you've done that for years, and now all of a sudden you're spending 5, 6, 7 hours in one day, it's a little different, but it's good. It's needed. And a lot of times we don't think we need these situations with our brothers and our sisters, but we do. And you're patient about it, because there are things that I want to know about my brothers. There's things my brothers want to know about me, but they're not going to ask me sometimes. When you're there 1 or 2 hours, Christmas, Thanksgiving, you don't have time to talk about it. But when you're sitting at a baseball game, 4, 5 hours, you're going to the baseball game, you're walking around the baseball place, you're leaving the baseball game, you have time to talk. And then me and number 10 ride back to our area of the country, and there's more time to talk. And you realize that there's no need to miss this. This is what you need to do. And you don't need to wait for occasions to do this. You create occasions to do this. Philadelphia is Frank Sinatra's neck of the woods. This is Frank Sinatra, 1956 Song for Swinging Lovers album. It's called Under My Skin. This song has a big meaning to number 10. And it's also probably a better meaning to number 10 today. Again, I'm not going to go there. We know what I'm talking about. This is actually the only song that we've had an occasion, me being a musician, has had an occasion to perform with my brothers. Because 3 brothers from Philadelphia grew up loving Frank Sinatra music. Again, there was a radio station in Philadelphia that just plays this music every weekend. 95.5 FM, something like that, WWDB. Used to play Frank Sinatra every weekend. So you grow up and you know this music and you love this music. Well, again, you can talk to your brothers about things that only brothers can talk about. And you solidify that bond. And here's the thing also. When you're younger, to me, when we were younger, we looked up to our brother. We didn't have that many conversations with him because of the age difference. But you model some behaviors in your family. The other thing is that when you're growing up, how can I say this? It's important to know that whether you know it before then, put it this way. My brother went to service. I went to college. My younger brother went to college too. We got out of a situation that wasn't really good for us to be in. I mean, there wasn't a lot of growth in North Philadelphia after high school. And we wanted more. See, that's the other thing. We wanted more for ourselves. And being competitive in our nature, you're not competing with your brother, but you want to do well if your brother's doing well. It's just the way it is. So to get back together now in these times and understand that there are nephews and nieces and people under you and still your siblings. Here's the other thing is about my family. I said there were 12 of us. There are 12 of us. And we grew up in North Philadelphia where there might have been 7, 8, 9 families of 10, 12, 13 children. We're all here. Everybody's at least 50 years old, and we're all still here. That is a blessing that needs to be spread. There's a lot of positive energy in that blessing. So I take that very seriously. We have to have these conversations because we can, and we should. And I love my brothers. So we're sitting at a baseball game. We're talking about everything baseball, that you can only have conversations with people who know baseball. We're talking about the first game we saw and who played right field, who played left field, who played center field. Man, that kind of stuff it's just fun for us. And when I realized that we hadn't done it before, now I can't wait to do it again. Can't wait to do it again. There's something really special about having those conversations because you're looking forward and you're going back at the same time. And you can play with each other's knowledge of the game. You can play with each other's knowledge of your memory and history. See, here's the thing. The conversations went from who played right field for the Phillies in the 60s to the first time the Phillies won the World Series to who played left field on the 83 team to when did you move out of the house? Do you remember this about growing up? Do you remember that? This is Carole King. The song is Brother, Brother. There are no other kind of relationships like this. There are none. And if you have this relationship, it's something you need to cherish. Because this is all we get. And I'm filling my days with conscious memories now. Not past memories, future memories. I'm filling each day with conscious memories. I can say things that make some people uncomfortable. They might make me uncomfortable to say it. The first time I told my oldest brother through a text message, which is a punk way to do it, but through a text message that I love you, I didn't get a text back. But that was a year or so ago. Now it's commonplace for us to say that. And I've always made it commonplace for me to say that in my life. I'm not saying I love you to hear it back. I'm saying I love you because I do. See, it's like a blessing. You put it out there. If it's really a blessing, you're not looking for anything back. What they do with that blessing is on them. It opens you up, but what else is there? When I tell somebody I love them, I mean I love them. I'm not listening for you to tell me you love me back. That's on you. It's on me to say how I feel. And I love spending the day in the ballpark with my brothers. Something we've never done before. And even though we don't speak on it, it's something that I say I think we all need it. I think we need it. And we love doing it. At the end of that day, when I got home, that night I received a text message from my older brother, number 1. And it's a very short message. It said, had a great time. And then in capital letters, it said, thanks. Had a great time. Thanks. That's like a letter to me. It's like a love letter to me. I can take it that way. Spend time with the people you need to spend time with, not just the people you want to spend time with. Your DNA is your DNA. Love your family. I love my brothers. My sisters too, but this is about my brothers. Have a good day, everybody. Talk to you soon.